In the summer of 2007, Insight opened its fourth office in Shanghai, China. The original purpose of this office was to provide research resources for our clients to help uncover opportunities to sell into this rapidly growing market. More recently, however, we've attracted a great deal of interest in helping clients to oversee the manufacturing qualification, ramp-up, and validation of medical devices that are specifically regulated by the FDA. Today we're here to talk to Mark Slaven about some of these efforts. So Mark, how does this kind of manufacturing oversight differ from what other American manufacturers, and companies have been doing in China for the past decade or so?
I don't think what we're talking about here with medical products is that different than getting a simpler product manufactured. I think that the key here is having a manufacturing oversight team that is well versed in implementing and manufacturing under a quality management system. The manufacturing activities for regulated devices really involve more verification and resulting documentation activities. American companies have been sourcing low-cost manufacturing partners in China for quite some time. But now with Insight, who are medical device development experts here on the ground, it makes the design transfer and manufacturing ramp-up process much more worry-free for these FDA-regulated devices. It's really all about mitigating risk.
Tell me more about the rigor that's behind, these verification activities.
Well, for many of our medical clients, design verification must be performed on pre-production devices that are manufactured and assembled at the factory, on actual production lines by the factory workers. To the greatest extent possible, these devices should be representative of what the actual production processes and conditions will be. We need to complete several pilot production runs and make numerous assemblies and put them through extensive testing and make sure we're able to consistently meet the user requirements from the design input.
Okay, so what specific tasks make up these verification and process validation activities?
Well, some of the primary ones are performing supplier audits to align the manufacturer's quality management system with our client system, completing first article inspections to qualify production tools, working with QC and production departments to define appropriate measurement techniques and test methods for in-process controls, creating detailed but easy to understand work instructions in both English and Chinese for each workstation, conducting process failure mode and effects analysis to identify and assign risk priority numbers for items that might lead to process failures, designing automated test fixtures to conduct in-process testing, helping to develop and implement a plan to trace incoming material to component production, to final assemblies, to specific lot numbers. But of course, one of the major keys to success is maintaining on-site support with daily feedback back to the States or Europe.
So why would a potential client want to come to Insight for this oversight as opposed to just working remotely with the chosen plant?
Well, Insight can be at the factory nearly full-time to help with manufacturing startup, to resolve production and quality issues, and make sure all FDA requirements are followed. Our team has worked with a variety of medical manufacturers and understands the cultural and environmental differences that exist between U.S., European, and Chinese manufacturers. But furthermore, Insight staff is completely bilingual, so we're able to eliminate the difficulties in communication and understanding that often arise between medical companies in the U.S. and Europe and their partners in China. I think U.S. companies will look to China more and more to have their medical products manufactured. There's clearly cost benefits to this, but there's also many risks. Taking the word from your supplier that everything is fine, it's risky, and places U.S. employees at the factory for long periods of time is expensive, challenging, unpleasant. With us actually here on the ground to guide and document the verification process validation activities, our clients are much more confident in the final outcomes, and more importantly, our clients have the documentation and package that they need to complete their regulatory applications and submissions successfully.